I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
Всім привіт! Вітаю на моєму каналі, з вами Vertigo. Зараз, до речі, бітрейт якось незрозуміло себе веде. Якщо все буде печалька, то я трансляцію буду закривати. Одразу хочу сказати, що ставте лайки, підписуйтесь, коментуйте. Якщо в когось є якісь пропозиції з приводу там десь щось пограти разом, я з задоволенням. Якщо мій комп'ютер тягне цю гру,
I created another universe and founded
так,
paradise.
треба її трошки
For I,
заткнути.
official.
Якщо це, наприклад, World of Tanks, там окрема історія. Але якщо прям буде якась прям пропозиція десь щось пограти, дуже, я не знаю, щось зацікавить. Стане мені цікаво в неї пограти, знову третій раз на місяць скачати цю гру, яку я
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
замахався, то скачаю, то видалю. То можна, в принципі, навіть і в World of Tanks. Так, зараз один шер кину. Хочу подякувати, там в описі до відео є групи в Фейсбуці, які мені допомагають з
Everyone is
поширенням
working super hard. We should be too.
інформації про мій контент. Так. І стрімера Ромаха Росомаха на Діскорді його сервера. Також є. Він мені дозволив поширювати. Так, добре. Все. Дуже багато говорити, дівчата. Тож, що я скажу? У нас гра зараз буде... Тихенько подивись. Гра буде у нас з такою ціллю. 3-й рівень світу підвищити хочу. І одразу піти побити, босів вбити. І різні речі для того, щоб перероджувати мою банду. Так що якось так. Я вже... А що так далеко? 700 метрів? Тут поруч було? Не прикалуються? А, це звук на ноутбуці. Я не вимкнув звук. Вибачаюся, якщо комусь це завадило, може. Щось якось незрозуміло. Я квест взяв, мене послали туди, я туди перемістився, вийшов з гри, а воно мене назад кидає. Можливо, треба знову тут взяти квест.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue? Indeed,
Так, підлизимося.
the weight of 3,700 years worth of history runs deepest in the true divinity of Liyue. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here.
Але чувак працює на Фатуї.
Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's
Його вороги
traditions to endure.
всього-навсього фінансові спонсори. Прикольний початок.
These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
І що, нам грошей дасть, чи що?
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prize Noctilucous jade worthy of a deity.
Так, зараз нас будуть ганяти по різним локаціям. Ну, просто побігати це не важко. Але у нас є точка телепортації. Нащо нам бігати? Так, у мене аналітика не відкрилася на ноутбуці. Тож доводиться просто дивитись... Ой. Просто дивитись свій стрім, щоб хоч чат було видно.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? This could be your lucky day. It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you just might strike it rich.
Betting? No, we're here for... what was it again?
Noctilucous jade, of radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade, Noctilucous Jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some here for your perusal.
Нам треба
What do you
його
think?
просто
The
купити,
Jade
чи що?
Mystery is an old name in the
Зараз скаже,
Jade
що він
business.
поганий,
Just
треба
look at that
виколупати
wonderful
самим.
quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well.
Ну, то
If
давай,
it were
вибирай.
me, the answer would be simple.
Ми самі його добудемо.
Oh? And that would be...
Nothing.
I'll take them all, boss.
О. Ух ти.
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Ну, да.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again!
І що тут не так?
Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the more if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
Чувака взагалі
How do you
не
not think
колишить
about
ціни.
more when buying things?
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
Такий олігарх, коротше.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? Is this how the rich live? Well, he knows a lot about big money, but not a lot about big saving.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations.
Такий голос не підходящий для цього персонажа, на мою думку.
Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture. Only after the item made using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up
нас
to
зараз
par.
пошлють за
If you
цими,
return
за
to
цією
those
рудою.
crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it.
Або алхімія, або
A fool
дідько лупайте
sees the
самі.
pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the patterns, the facade. These are all the finger. Noctilucous jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon. Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore, I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you. Now, all that's left is to put it into practice.
Priceless, huh? Paimon's just said that we might never be able to use it again.
Да, як завжди нас
We're back to buy some
Хочуть
nuts, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
поіметь.
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell? Not buying? Come now, my good friends. We can still discuss this. Negotiation is key to trade, wouldn't you say? How about this? I can take a small sample of all three. I'll take a bit of a loss. We'll count it as a friendly gesture.
Don't worry, I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
І що ми
All
зараз?
right,
Треба
take these
вогнем
as
їх
samples. I've
шмальнути.
carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Oh, you flatter me, but I have to be gentle with these rocks. They are my pride and joy.
Підрізав кусок каменю.
If I'd taken off even a bit more, it would have killed me.
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
Йо, пуф.
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin
Так,
slices will
схоже, що
serve.
все-таки алхімія у нас.
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within. This way, the
Oh, sir, to think you were this learned. Thank you for your understanding.
strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon fairness.
Well,
І що він
guess we
дасть?
just need to find a place to try this out.
Кухня.
Oh, Paimon remembers we once saw this big pot down at the Dada Upa Gorge in the camp of the hilly churls from the Meaty tribe. It's real sturdy and should be able to take the
Якась
elemental
дичина
reactions.
у нас буде.
Now, let's pack those samples up and make a move.
Ну, давай. Подивимося. Мясне племя. Так, сюди, сюди, сюди. А, так, це великий лагерь там буде. Ну, що ж. Можна було б заодно електро ту штуку завалити, але я хочу апнути рівень світу, а потім уже фармити цих чуваків. Для того, щоб... Ну, от, наприклад, я зараз покажу. У мене є фішер. Для возвишення треба 3.
I created another universe and founded
З
paradise for
електрогеопас
I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin
Так,
Differ.
прекращай болтати. А, не показує. Випадає 2, якщо я не помиляюсь. На моєму рівні. На другому рівні світу. Світу. Так, 39, 50.
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the nation of wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
That's the pot! It looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a bit impolite, but we gotta cut the line.
Треба зараз. Ого. Чуваки красавчики, самі собі щит підпалили. Давай, дівчино, гати. О, є, розкрутилась. Я нею б'ю, тому що хочу... Ой, вдарив мене це. Ну, я її рівень підвищую, в принципі. Але щось вона так не слабо отримує по щам. Добре, будемо лікуватися. Ай. Вітаю, хто долучився до трансляції. Дякую за лайк. Я тут хочу зробити третій рівень мого світу, але для цього проходжу, грубо кажучи, 30-й рівень. Треба ранг.
Looks like it could be
Проходжу
used as our
квести для того, щоб...
hydro-elemental
Привіт.
protection. Let's fire it up and begin our
Привіт,
experiment.
Так, цей суп підійде в якості захисного гідроелементу.
We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which.
Ну так, тільки ми зараз
Use
щось
pyro to keep making
наплутаємо.
the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets,
Так. Треба підпалювати вогонь, так?
whoa, that light came from the first Noctilucous Jade.
Ага.
Killer trolls are surrounding us again. Were they attracted by the light? Such nosy neighbors. Let's
Коротше,
take care of them and continue.
щось ми їх розозлили, цих тілічулов. Так, є. Ну, цього вистачить, чи треба прям до максимуму?
That light came from the second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it? More hilly trolls. They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food.
Так, щось мені не подобається, що я застряг.
By royal decree.
Ай, о. Ой. Ой-ой. Що у нас там? Опит. Дають якийсь? Чи за всю групу дають? Чи взагалі не дають? Опит героя, ну? Нема? Нема. Клас. Ой, я зараз потушу його. Своєю водичкою.
Oh, that's bright! Too bright! That was the third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one.
Окей, все.
Let's head back to the Jade
Нам
Mystery
треба
to buy
повертатися на ринок для того, щоб купити шматочок ніфрита.
some jade, shall we?
Так.
I'll race you there.
Зараз вона ще переплутає всі шматочки.
You're back, my friends. I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
Ага, вона казала 3.
Exactly! That's the one Paimon remembers too!
Навіть якби я нажав якусь іншу цифру, то
No
вона б мене
problem. If you
поправила.
have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Ящик.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top-quality Noctilucous jade for?
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them to make implements for the rite of parting.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. This means that Rex Lapis really is...
Really
Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, we have always been under his protection. It is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rex Lapis, then I
великодушно.
shall sell this to you at half the price.
Are you sure? You didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
А,
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
In the safe hands of the Liu Chising and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liyue will continue to prosper as it always has done.
All
так,
right.
все буде
Thank
добре.
you, my friends.
Але це не точно.
What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucous jade back.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Oh, right, I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see. As I thought, I didn't bring any.
І що?
Any what?
Mora, my apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait. Didn't Child give us some advanced funds earlier?
Ага, нам дали гроші, які ми можемо
That's a
витратити.
relief. Have a look, boss.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though, to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single mora.
I will do my best. You have...
А, чувак нас трошки розвів. Куди нам треба?
I'll protect us.
Трохи полікуємо нашого персонажа. Коли Барбара юзає цей скіл, вон по 700 хілка пішла.
Here is consumer psychology.
Я так розумію, що я не туди пішов. А, нам треба нагору, а це значить, що тут треба шукати той прохід.
When we have some new items.
У мене з цим постійно якісь трабли трапляються. А, ми тут не виліземо. А отам виліземо. Трошки нехай передохне і будемо скакати до гори. Так, невисоко. Окей, нефрит ми достали. Щось якийсь він не дуже
We can
виглядає.
leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Треба знову гроші, так?
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite. The Liu Chising have agreed to this arrangement.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith. Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us.
А, після того, як
Wonder
ми
what that's
20 із
about.
них завалили.
Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel.
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Qixing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all... These things are for the authorities in Eugene Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their troubles. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Teyvat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Wow! Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. I, for one, have no issue with little maneuvers outside their remit. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes? Where'll we get those? Do we buy them?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted.
Шовковиця.
The quality of the silk flowers we require is also special. Silk flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is most elegant, and is especially suited for solemn events, like giving offerings to gods and adepti.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
Добре. Ринок. Туди-сюди, туди-сюди. Зато дали 600 з чимось опита для нашого рівня приключень. Ну, а це, в принципі, не слабо. Андрей. Так, схоже, що це лівий якийсь чувак. Мені треба не Андрій. Хто мені тут потрібен? Що, Андрей? Купіть шелковицю. Вниз 6 метрів. Що значить вниз 6 метрів? Ха! Клас!
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers here?
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
Which kind? The good kind? The best kind? Remind Paimon what kinds there are again?
Так.
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute. Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens, excellently preserved.
У мене взагалі-то є шовковиця.
Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the golden house. This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions.
О, там щось можна забрати.
By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away just as easily. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the ancients when they scaled the mountains in search of the adepti. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
Wow, a true connoisseur. Most of that was news even to me.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
Скільки лишньої інформації?
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird. But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. The same logic does not apply. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the seven. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case. Now that's settled, a question. Do you have any mora on you?
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Dissension. It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true. Since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
Are you serious?
Та серйозно,
Why
він
wouldn't
серйозно.
I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances and
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
our skins. You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
Спробую.
So, now that we've got the flower, flowers, how do we make
Подивитися,
the
чи з'явився в
perfume?
мене чатик.
Ideally, with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
Так.
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk,
Знайти
especially
жінку.
women.
Добре, воно є жінка.
So
Я
this
знайшов.
time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
Треба знайти жінку, яка...
I will wait for you near the statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild. Let's ask Lan. She's master of the Leeway branch, right?
Клас, як звідси вийти? Якісь підвальні приміщення. Ну, не підвальні, але... Небагаті, скажімо так. Так, це ми сиси. О! Привіт! Вітаю, Володимире, на моєму стрімі. Як тобі мій сетап? Я, до речі, хотів цю, скажу, я думав лідяну кошатину прокачати. Але я не впевнений, чи є якийсь сенс. Зараз же ж буде, типу... Скажу. Обнова буде. Будуть іще якихось героїв, може, давати. То я думаю, поспішати не хочу, але хочеться людяного героя якогось мощного.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
Wow. Just wow. Do I look like the kind of girl who wears perfume to you? I think you're underestimating the kind of person I am.
Так, ми тебе обнюхали і...
Well,
Paimon
Paimon
сказала,
thinks
що
you smell
пахнеш.
amazing. So come on, Lon. What's your secret if not perfume?
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that?
Котлети.
Oh, it must be from the Genshin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lon's got a soft spot for wildflowers.
Що я читаю?
No, they were for medicinal use only.
Нічого не читаю.
Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Chime.
Читаю те, що знизу пишуть, в
The
принципі.
fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good. Thanks, Lon. See you around.
Ага, вона стоїть. Біля охорони якоїсь.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Perfume? I rarely think to use it, let alone about how to make it myself.
Так, знову в штангу.
That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Perhaps that's the cause of this confusion. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and come hunting for the
Ох уж ті
source.
моряки. Ох,
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
молодець. Конечно.
Yanger?
Так, оце схоже
as in
вже
scent of
ми
spring,
знайшли.
maybe?
Інер це та, що нам
Yes,
потрібна.
that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade
Like,
product
yep.
is better than anything you'll find on the
Ринок
market.
парфюмів, а я хожу, обнюхую тут всіх
This is
підряд.
just the intel we need. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
Предсказательниця. Ну, там щось світиться, можна щось проюзати. А що це тут у нас світиться? запис. Ерунда якась. Володимир Олександрович, а скажи, на 30-му рівні цього, там квест
Well,
одразу
hello.
можна буде
You
брати на
found me at
3-й рівень
last.
світу?
I've been waiting for you.
Чекаю.
What? How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady.
Looking for a sweet-smelling lady.
Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like? 3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, "O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither."
Так, щось у нас тут з бітрейдом проблеми.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around with me.
Так.
So, where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume? Where is that? Mondstadt? We're only making some perfume. There's no need to go to such ridiculous
Це
lengths.
добре.
Somewhere closer to home will do. Let's go for the kitchen at Wanmin Restaurant.
Ну, це краще, чим аж туди пертися і відбиватися від хімічів.
Cheap and tasty chop suey!
Should I save this money?
Wow. Leo's really got a lot going for him.
I've had a word with Chef
Та я в
Mao.
курсі, в мене
We
якась
can start
затримка
work
йде.
now. Are you ready to please me?
Ну, якась. У мене з бітрейдом щось проблемки. Тому от така от ерунда виходить. Дуже сильна затримка. Так.
What did you say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously. While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
Так. Біжимо за водою і одночасно
Should I save this
вітаю, хто долучився до стріму.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant.
Але я так розумію, що з такою затримкою, поки ви мене почуєте, то вже і нікого не буде.
This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now use
Okay.
your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out.
Та, вона правда така.
Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water.
Цікаві
Now
розговори.
take these and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all three. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
Так, і де той workbench? Ага. Ну так, алхімічний типу верстак. Ну, напевно. Цікаво, а що треба для оцих? А, з маленьких кусочків можна робити великі? Прикольно. Ніштя. О, клас! Даже ці штуки можна робити. Для покращення. Ну так, зі слаборівневих оцих штук робиться високорівнево. Я можу зробити оцю штуку для фішель. Клас. Ладно, але то потім. Поки що все добуваємо шляхом того, що треба вибивати з монстрів.
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most important one of all. The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat until most of the water has boiled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent.
Водичкою треба буде
So
підливати.
please focus on controlling the heat. This is the final step.
Чи сильніше?
Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want all of it in there.
Ага. Тут нічого не треба
All three
робити.
perfumes are ready, and you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant. A testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays. Wow, you actually remembered my throwaway comment. You know, you're cuter than people give you credit for. If I didn't have my guard up, I can see how easily one could be taken in. Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent?
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high society. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one. All clear? Don't get them mixed
А,
good.
запам'ятали.
Be sure to come visit
Але
if
це не
you
точно.
ever need help with anything, okay? I'll leave you with some parting words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard. Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
Добре.
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven.
Так.
Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while.
Нам знову треба лізти на ті скали, так? 600 метрів. Нащо нам сюди? Зараз знову, напевно, переміщусь туди, а воно мені скаже, іди назад. Цікаво, чому в мене слабий бітрейт. Зараз спробую в налаштуваннях трошки змінити.
If there's fire in your soul, you gotta rock and roll. So come
Нехай
on,
буде так.
let's get moving.
Може якось вирівняється. Максимальний бітрейт знижив, але для HD залишив.
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long. Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Ти гроші взяв?
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
3 sets, and not one less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature
О,
ladies.
щось трапилось.
Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
Я не знаю, щось не вирівнюється. Не вирівнюється бітрейт.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and... Let's hope the Chising can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the two of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Cleansing bell?
Ох і
At
квест.
present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for me.
Man, why's he gotta be so secretive this time?
Так, що у нас там? До 30 рівня і ще тягнути і тягнути. Треба 30 рівень. І підвищувати рівень нашого світу. Наскільки я розумію, там буде просто якісь катакомби, які треба пройти. І ми їх пройдемо. А потім фармить. До речі, на терасі там є квіти, які можна позбирати, грубо кажучи, доволі рідкісні. Я за ними йшов аж з самого Манштату. А, так я не можу пройти, не? Запроси на присоединення. Я не знаю, хто це.
All things must change. It's nothing. I just thought it a great shame that so many of these glazed lilies have wilted.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts. If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully. But if they heard too much wild gossip or slander, they would quickly wither away.
Понятно.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Chising made it all up. And still others think that That which lies in the deep is breaking free.
Створіння з морських глибин.
This
Прикольно.
harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all. Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being here with me,
Клас.
but
Треба бігати
I've
шукати.
grown old. I can't quite recall where it is exactly. An old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. Back when I was young.
Схоже, що той чувачок був її лучшим другом.
He saw
так?
me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me
Прикольно.
then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part with it. It has been many years, and
Він
who
трошки
knows how many times
замолодий.
someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things.
What a weird thing to be proud of.
У нас нема вибору.
All right, children, there is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Eugene Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
Бабулька ще й бездомна до того ж.
How does that work? Hey, that's rude! And even if it was like that, it must be a very expensive bell, right, Granny?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If
Добре.
This Granny's so weird. What does she...
І що вони зробили? Ловушка? Ну, так от розвели. Розвели. На раз-два. Спочатку ходиш, допомагаєш, а потім оп. І тебе обманули. Так, там пауки. І...
Where are we? What just happened?
youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Добре,
Whoa!
знайду.
That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while.
Та ну давай, заряджай.
Sorry to trouble you, children. Please help an old lady clean up.
Ай. Коротше, замотали вони мене. Давай більше. Раз, раз, раз. Оп, оп, оп. Інша справа. Хоч трошки розімнуся після цього невеселого квеста. Так.
Let the show begin!
Ендер трошки полікувати треба.
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
Що так? Я його сильніше кліпав цим простими ударами. Ясно. Так, скільки тут рівня? Тут можна високо вилазити. Але...
You know,
Нічого.
with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus? More and more convinced that
Так, а
she's
ця
an
штука
adeptus.
взривається, ну да.
But don't they all live in Chilean cars? Why would she stay in the city?
Затримка, конечно, жесть. Я вже проходжу ці рівні, а в мене тільки показує того чувака біля Геоархонта.
Go, Berry Bunny!
Ага, так.
Let the show begin! Oz for
О,
I summon thee! Power Chord! Yeah! Yeah!
так. Тут треба обережніше. Та що ж вони здіваються? Ай.
Feel the
Ого! Класні в тебе тапочки. Ой, нарешті. Ага, не нарешті. Так. Окей. Замучили мене, ребята. Вони мені нічого не роблять, але занадто повільно я їх б'ю. Та добий вже. Імунітет домовний. Ще пауки сидять.
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or
Так,
at
а
least
там
we
щось
wouldn't have to
є?
camp outside.
Так, ничка. Ну, нагору там, чи можна піднятися, чи ні, я не сильно знаю, але вже не буду експериментувати. Ну, я розумію, що перевірити швидкість в інтернеті, але я так підозрюю, що швидкість може показати не дуже. І в принципі, що я можу зробити? Або виключити стрім, або не виключати. Просто в мене це вже не перший раз. Я бітрейт трошки знизив для того, щоб буферізація менше була. О, колокольчик. Тут немає що тащить. Так. Ага, вона туди не залазить.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me see. All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children.
Так, треба виходити, чи можна тут іще щось знайти? Чи... А, там на горі вихід знайшовся. Прогрузки кожні півминут, хвилину. Так. Зараз зроблю одну штуку. Один момент. О, так. Чатик зайшов. Що киця?
Oh,
Що?
in and out in no time.
Поламала тапу?
You youngsters really are
Мам, не
quick.
дай.
An adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Some things just happen to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Що? Делать прическу?
Oh,
Да, надо
don't be
делать.
silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters.
Не треба прическу? Ну, собі зробив. Перед зеркалом стань. Мені не треба.
To cry, catch the murderer at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come
приколовся
to
вже з
borrow the
чайника.
bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
Так, пишу в чатик, тому що затримка.
Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door.